Joshua to succeed Moses. Then Moses went out and spoke this word to all Israel. I am now 120 years old, and I am no longer able to lead you. The Lord has said to me, you shall not cross the Jordan. The Lord your God himself will cross over ahead of you. He will destroy this nation before you, and you will take possession of their land. Joshua also will cross over ahead of you, as the Lord said, and the Lord will do to them what he did to Sihon and Og, the king of the Amorites, whom he destroyed along with their land. The Lord will deliver them to you, and you must do to them all that I have commanded you. Be strong, be courageous, do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you, he will never leave you nor forsake you. Then Moses summoned Joshua and said to him in the presence of the Israel, be strong and courageous, for you must go with these people into the land that the Lord swore to their ancestors to give them, and you must divide it among them as their inheritance. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Public reading of the law. So Moses wrote down this law and gave it to the Levitical priest, who carried the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord, and to all the elders of Israel. Then Moses commanded them at the end of every 7 years, in the year for canceling debt, during the festival of Tabernacle, when all Israel comes to appear before the Lord God at the place he will choose. You shall read this law before them in their hearing. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the foreigner residing in your towns, so they can listen and learn to fear the Lord your God and follow carefully all the words of this law. Their children who do not know this law must hear it and learn to fear the Lord your God as long as you live in the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess. Israel's rebellion predicted. The Lord said to Moses, now the day your death is near. Call Joshua and present yourselves at the tent of meeting, where I will commission him. So Moses and Joshua came and presented themselves at the tent of meeting. Then the Lord appeared at the tent in pillar of cloud, and the cloud stood over the entrance to the tent. And the Lord said to Moses, you are going to rest with your ancestor, and these people will soon prostitute themselves to the foreign gods of the land they are entering. They will forsake me and break the covenant I made with them. And in that day I will become angry with them and forsake them. I will hide my face from them, and they will be destroyed. Many disasters and calamities will come on them, and in that day they will ask, have not this disaster come on us because our God is not with us? And I will certainly hide my face in that day because of all their weakness in turning to other gods. Now writing down this song and teach it to the Israelites and have them sing it, so that it may be witness for me against them when I have brought them into the land flowing with milk and honey, the land I promised on oath to their ancestors, and when they eat there, feed and thrive, thrive, they will turn to other gods and worship them, rejecting me and breaking my covenant. And when many disasters and calamities come on them, this song only testify against them, because it will not be forgotten by their descendants. I know that what they are disposed to do, when even before I bring them into the land I promised them on oath. So Moses wrote down this song that day, and taught it to the Israelites. The Lord gave me command to Joshua son of Nun, be strong and courageous, for you will bring the Israelites into the land I promised them on oath, and I myself will be with you. After Moses finished writing in a book the words of this law from beginning to end, he gave this command to the Levites who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord. Take this book of the law and place it beside the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God. There it will remain as a witness against you. For I know how rebellious and stiff-necked you are. If you have been rebellious against the Lord, while I am still alive and with you, how much more will you rebel after I die? Assemble before me all the elders of the tribe and all your officials, so that I can speak these words in their hearing, and call the heavens and the earth to testify against them. For I know that after my death you are sure to become utterly corrupt and to turn from the way I have commanded you. In days to come, disaster will fall on you, because you will do evil in the sight of the Lord and arouse his anger by what your hands have made. The Song of Moses. And Moses recited the words of this song from beginning to end in the hearing of the whole assembly of Israel. Listen, you heaven, and I will speak. Hear, you earth, the word of my mouth. Let my teaching fall like rain, and my words descend like dew, like a shower on new glass, like abundant rain on tender plants. It will proclaim the name of the Lord, or praise the greatness of our God. He is the rock, his work are perfect, and all his ways are just. Faithful God, who does no wrong, upright and just, corrupt and not his children, to their shame they are wrapped and crooked generation. Is this the way you repay the Lord? You fleece the unwise people. Is he not Father, your Creator, who made you and formed you? Remember the day of old, consider the generations long past. Ask your father, and he will tell you, your elder, and they will explain to you. When the Most High gave the nation their inheritance, when he divided all mankind, he set up boundaries for the people according to the number of the sons of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob his allotted inheritance. In the desert land he found him, in a barren and howling waste. He shielded him and cared for him. He guarded him as the apple as his eye, like an eagle that stirs up its nest and hovers over its young, that spread its wings to catch them and carries them aloft. The Lord alone led him, no foreign God was with him. He made him ride on the heights of the range, and fed him with the fruits of the fields. He nourished him with honey from the rock, and with oil from the flinty crag, with curd and milk from herd and brook, and with fattened ram and goats, with choice rams of Bashan, and the finest kernel of wheat. You drank the foaming blood of the grape. Jeshurun grew fat and kicked. Filled with food, they become heavy and sleek. They abandoned of the God who made them, and rejected the rock their savior. They made him jealous with their foreign god, and angered his with their detestable idols. They sacrificed to false gods, which are not good gods they had not known, gods they recently appeared, gods your ancestors did not fear. The deserted the rock who fathered you. You forgot the God who gave you birth. The Lord saw this and rejected them, because he was angered by his sons and daughters. I will hide my face from them, he said, and see what they are and will be. For they are oppressors, perverse generation, children who are unfaithful. They made me jealous by what I know God, and angered me with their worthless idol. I will make them envious by those who are not a people, will make them angry by a nation that has no understanding. For a fire will be kindled by my waist, one that burns down to the realm of the dead below. It will devour the earth and its harvest, and set afire the foundations of the mountains. It will heap calamities on them, and spend my arrows against them. I will send wasting famine against them, consuming pestilence and deadly plague. I will send against them the fang of wild beast, the venom of viper, the gride in the dust. In the stress the sword will make them childless, in their homes terror will reign. The young man and young woman will perish, the infant and those they grey hair. I said I would scatter them and erase their name from human memory, but I dreaded that taunt of the enemy, lest the adversary misunderstand and say, "Our hand has triumphed, the Lord has not done all this." They are nations without sense, there is no discernment in them. If only they were wise and would understand this, and discern what there and will be. Who could one man chase 1,000, or 2 foot 10,000 to flight, unless their luck had sold them, unless the Lord had given them up? For their luck is not like our luck, as even our enemies concede. Their vine comes from the vine of Sodom, and from the field of Gomorrah. Their grapes are filled with poison, and their cluster with bitterness. Their wine is the venom of serpent, the deadly poison of cobras. Have I not kept this in reserve, and sealed it in my birth? It is mine to avenge, I will repay. In due time their foot will slip, their day of disaster is near, and their doom rushes upon them. The Lord will vindicate these people, and relents concerning his servant when he sees their strength is gone, and no one is left, slave or free. He will say, "Now where are their goods?" The rock they took refuge in, the gods who ate the fat of their sacrifice, and drank the wine of their drink offerings, let them rise up to help you. Let them give you shelter. See now, myself, I am He. There is no God beside me. I put to death and bring to life. I have wounded, and I will heal, and no one can deliver out of my hand. I lift my hand to heaven and solemnly swear, as surely as I forever, when I sharpen my precious sword, and my hand grasps in judgment, it take vengeance on my adversary, and repay those who hate me. I will make my arrow drunk with blood, while my sword devours flesh, the blood of the slain and the captives, the head of the enemy leaders you nations with his people, for he will avenge the blood of the servant. He will take vengeance on his enemies and make atonement for his land and people. Moses came with Joshua, son of Nun, and spoke all the words of the song in the hearing of the people. When Moses finished reciting all these words to all Israel, he said to them, "Take no heart all the words I have solemnly declared to you this day, so that you may command your children to obey carefully all the words of this law. They are not just idle words for you, they are your life. By them you will live long in the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess." Moses to die on Mountain Nebo. On the same day, the Lord told Moses, "Go up into the Abarim range to Mountain Nebo in Moab, across from Jericho, and view Canaan, the land I am giving the Israelites as their own possession. There on the mountain that you have climbed you will die and be gathered to your people, just as your brother Aaron died on Mountain Horeb and was gathered in his people. This is because both you broke faith with me in the presence of the Israelites at the water of Meribah Kadesh in the desert of Zin, and because you did not uphold my holiness among the Israelites. Therefore, you will see the land only from a distance. You will not enter the land I am giving to the people of Israel." Moses blessed the tribes. This is the blessing that Moses, the man of God, pronounced on the Israelites before his death. He said, "The Lord came from Sinai and dawned over them from Seir. He shone forth from Mountain Paran. He came with myriad of holy ones from the south, from his mountain slopes. Surely it is you who loves the people. All the holy ones are in your hands. At your feet they all bow down, and from the receive instruction, so that Moses gives us the possession of the assembly of Jacob." He was king of Jeshurun when the leader of the people assembled along with the tribes of Israel. Let Reuben live and not die, nor his people be few. And this he said about Judah, "Hear, Lord, the cry of Judah, bring him to the people. With his own hands he defends his cause, or be his help against his foes." About Levi he said, "Your Thummim and Urim belong to your faithful servant. You tested him at Masha to contended with him at the water of Ma river. He said of his father and mother, I have no regard for them. He did not recognize his brothers or acknowledge his own children, but he watched over your word and guarded your covenant. That teaches your precept to Jacob and your law to Israel. He offers incense before you, and whole burnt offering on your altar. Bless all his skill, Lord, and be pleased with the work of his hands. Strike down those who rise against him, his foes, till they rise no more. About Benjamin he said, let the beloved of the Lord rest secure in him, for he shield him all day long, and the one the Lord loves rest between his shoulders. About Joseph he said, may the Lord bless his land with the precious dew from heaven above, and with the deep water that lie below. With the best the sun bring forth, and finest the moon can yield. With the choicest gift of the ancient mountains, and the faithful fruitfulness of the everlasting hills. With the best gift of the earth and its fullness, and the favor of him who dwelt in the burning bush. Let all this rest on the head of Joseph, on the brow of the prince among his brothers. In majesty he is like a firstborn bull. His horns are the horn of an wild ox. With them he will cause the nations, even those at the end of earth. So are the 10,000 of Ephraim, so are the 1,000 of Manasseh. About Zebulun he said, rejoice, Zebulun, in your going out, and you, Issachar, and in your tent. They will summon peoples to the mountain, and there offer the sacrifices of the righteous. They will feast on the abundance of these seas, on the treasures hidden in the sand. About Gad he said, blessed is he who enlarges Gad's domain. Gad lives there like a lion, tearing at arm overhead. He chose the best land for himself. The leader's portion was kept for him. That when the heads of the people assembled, he carried out the Lord's righteous will and his judgments concerning Israel. About Dan he said, Dan is lion cub springing out of Bashan. About Naphtali he said, Naphtali is abounding with the favor of the Lord, and is full of his blessing. He will inherit southwards to the lake. About Asher he said, most blessed of son is Asher. Let him be favored by his brothers, and let him bath his feet in oil. The birds on your gates will be iron or bronze, and your strength will equal your days. They, there are is so there is no one like the God of Jeshurun, who rises across the heaven to help you, and on the cloud in his majesty. The eternal God is your refuge. The underneath are the everlasting arms. He will drive out your enemies before you, saying, destroy them. So Israel will live in safety. Jacob will dwell secure in the land of grain and new wine, where the heavens drop new dew. Blessed are you, Messiah, who is like you, a people saved by the Lord. He is your shield and helper, and your glorious sword. Your enemies will cower before you, and you will tread on their heights.